My name is Jay Griffia, and welcome to my total class breakdown for the Wizard in Dark and Darker. I'll cover the basics, how attributes scale, and what effective gearing looks like when you're an absolute monster. Quick shout out to everyone coming to my channel. It seriously means the world to me to see everyone enjoying my videos, and I look forward to cranking out more Wizard content all next playtest. To start off, we'll go over skills. Spell memory. You need it to cast spells, you have to take it. Your spells have charges, and meditation regains those charges back. Intense focus. Basically turns your next spell into an instant cast. Really not the best because you get rid of meditation, and you have to bring campfires to regain any spell charges. It can be good if you don't have gear. Perks. Quick Chant is by far the best perk. Flat 20% spellcasting speed's hard to beat. Fire Mastery, 5% fire damage bonus and 2.5 second longer burn debuff duration. ManaSurge, flat 5% magic damage bonus. Arcane Feedback, whenever you land a missile, you gain 1% damage and spellcasting speed up to 5 times for 7 seconds. Sage, 10% knowledge, doesn't really do anything. Reactive Shield, a 10 health shield that procs whenever you take damage. When this procs, you're probably already dead. Maybe helps against rangers and rogue. Melt, Fireball reduces your enemy's armor by 10%. Pretty useless. Wizard Weapons. The Spellbook, minus 10 move speed. Barely any cast animation, so you can get spells off in tight areas. I think it's the best weapon by far. The Wizard Staff, minus 20 move speed. You can smack people for a little bit of damage, but it's very easy to collide with objects and cancel your spell casts. If you're going to use this, you might as well just use the Crystal Sword. It's a little bit slower with minus 30 move speed, but you can stab and slash people since it's a sword. It has split physical and magical damage. I never tested it, but I heard it actually scales off of your damage bonuses, so if that's the case, it can be an insane hybrid option, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's really good next playtest. And finally, the Crystal Ball, which you can pair with a dagger. The only weapon combo and the slowest for the mage with minus 35 move speed. Can really save you in a pinch if you get trapped in a corner against like a melee. Spells. The Fireball. It's your creme de la creme. You do big damage and you burn people alive for 5 damage per second, as long as the debuff is up. Magic Missiles, or like I call it, the GAT. It's basically a magic mini Uzi. It just lights people up and 100 to zeros them before they know what happened. Haste increases your movement and action speed by 14% for 15 seconds. And then you have Invisibility, gives you 10% movement speed and, well, invisibility. Combine these two spells together and you're going to be a beast on the battlefield. No one can really close the gap on you, especially if you throw in some slows. Haste and Invisibility is your bread and butter as a wizard. It's going to get you out of rough situations, it's going to get you into backlines, and it's going to let you engage on people that have no idea where you're coming from. Slow. Pretty straightforward. Slows your targets. Minus 40% movement speed for 2.5 seconds. Creates a gap and counters fighter sprint. Attributes. Now this is the good stuff. Strength gives you 3 health and 1 physical power per point of strength. It's pretty good for hybrid play and just to get your general health pull up. Will increases your buff and debuff duration, magic resistance, and gives 1 spell damage per will. Knowledge. Your brain's just growing, you start juicing out the spells. 1 knowledge gives 5% spellcasting speed, and extra spell charges, which isn't actually in the game yet. Will and knowledge are your main stats, and this is what you should aim for as a wizard. Agility buffs your movement speed, attack speed, and interaction speed with doors, chests, bandages, extraction portals. Literally anytime you got to push F on anything in the game. 1 agility is at least 1 movement speed, pretty sure anyways. And finally, resourcefulness. As far as I understand, this does absolutely nothing in the game, Here are all the stats that can roll on your gear. This is found on the Dark and Darker official Discord. The link is at the top. If you're not in it, you should definitely join it. Now that we've covered how attributes work and all the basics about the wizard, I want to touch more on spellcasting speed. It's pretty OP as it alters like the fire rate of your magic missiles, it reduces the time it takes to meditate, and yeah, it makes you cast faster. Here you'll see side by side what juiced up spellcasting speed really looks like. It's pretty fast, so I'll slow down each clip after it plays. Yeah, gear is good, we get it, but you gotta know what you're really getting from your stats, and I'll kind of give an example of how I look at gear. So this spellbook's pretty nice. It has a whopping 16.5% spellcasting speed and 7 magic damage, so when you convert it, it's pretty OP. These legs are redonkulous. They have +3 all attributes on them. When you break it down, you get so many stats from any plus all attribute rolls, it probably beats any item you had in that slot before. And when you convert everything over, this is what the loose trousers actually look like. Here we have a level 1 wizard with only the 20% spellcasting speed perk quick chant and all the base stuff. This is the gear I was wearing, and we'll be comparing to using this, as well as using the perk ManaSurge for 5% magic damage. The left column here is the stats from the level 1 wizard, and the right column is the stats from my perked out level 20 wizard with full gear. Starting from the top, we gained 4 strength, 8 agility, 3 will, 11 knowledge, 13 health from the strength. We're actually faster with our spellbook out than we were at level 1 with no weapon out and no gear. We have 58% more casting speed, and we're 22.4% stronger with our spells. What the 22.4% does exactly doesn't really matter, we just want to make that number bigger for more damage. Since we're trying to understand Wizard to the best that we can, I'll break it down and show how your stats are actually showing you weaker than you are. Alright, so we have 25 total magic damage from our gear, 9 of which is true magic damage, and that's important for later. And we have an additional 1.4% magic damage bonus on top. So to get our 22.4%, you take the total of 25, you take out the 9 true damage, we'll cover that in a second, and you add in the 1.4% magic damage, which is really just 1.4 spell damage. And then you're going to add in the 5% magic damage from the perk ManaSurge, and then you get your 22.4. So I initially thought that the 9 plus damage here in the magic power section was actually the true damage, but I was wrong. It's a coincidence that I have plus 9 true magic damage. But I definitely have plus 9 magic power on these 3 items. So I learned that true magic damage isn't actually tracked on the stat sheet, and I thought that would be pretty good to know. It also doesn't look like it is tracked on any class, at least from what I could tell in my rogue. This was the first ever guide that I made, so if you enjoyed, please leave a like and a comment below. Any questions or suggestions that you may have, feel free to drop it down, and I will keep it in mind for the next video. I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.